I always wondered if Duel Academy was funded with taxpayer money. Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. I am Uncle Frank and I hope that you are having a great day. A few weeks ago, I put out a video going over my top 10 relatively cheap Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters era cards that you should consider adding to your collection. It was a video I put out to just help people who were wanting to build a Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection on a budget, find some really cool cards that they might want to consider picking up. And in today's video, I am continuing that series by covering my top 10 GX era cards you should consider adding to your collection. I feel like the GX era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is where the game really caught its stride, because a lot of the GX era sets are filled to the brim with really nostalgic and highly sought after cards, and a lot of them command some insane prices on the secondary market. I mean, just look at half of the cards in Shadow of Infinity or Phantom Darkness or Gladiator's Assault. Some of these cards are ridiculously expensive, and for good reason. They are really popular, really collectible cards. But for the budget collector, somebody who's working with maybe $20 to $50 a month, a lot of those cards are kind of out of the realistic price range. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to pick up some really nice older cards for your collection. So that's what these videos are kind of about. Now, this video could very easily have been just 10 random Light of Destruction cards, because I absolutely love that set. But there really is a lot of good Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in the GX era, in the budget bracket, that I think are worth checking out. So without any further ado, let's get started. First up, we have our honorable mentions in the 3 Sacred Beast cards. Raphael, Lord of Phantasms, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, and Uriah, Lord of Searing Flame. These 3 cards were kind of the center of the plot for the first season of the GX anime, and their higher rarity versions, especially their ultimate rares, are pretty highly sought after collector's pieces. However, you shouldn't balk at their more common prints. Their tin versions, which are secret rare, are pretty good and are available for like under $7 each, and their ultra rare prints from Shadow of Infinity are also available for under $20 each. And these are just 3 of the most iconic cards from the GX era. They were not incredibly relevant in the card game, but again, they were pretty important to the anime, and all 3, with their little kind of corrupted Egyptian god look, are just kind of standout cards for early Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think they're worth considering for your collection. In our number 10 slot, we have a card most GX anime fans are probably not aware of. It's Elemental Hero Terra Firma from Premium Pack 2. Now, this bad boy is actually Jaden Yuki's signature card in the GX manga. So it's kind of like the equivalent of Elemental Hero Neos or Flame Wingman for some people. It's a pretty standout card. I really like just the pose in the art, the earth in the background. It's a part of a series that the GX manga had going on, the Planet series, but it was also a pretty iconic elemental hero. And the fact that this card can be picked up for $3 to $4 means that for that art, for its manga relevance, it's pretty good to have. Next up, from the 2007 Collector's Tins, we have Volcanic Doomfire in Secret Rare. This is one of my favorite arts from early Yu-Gi-Oh! I absolutely love that demonic, molten monster, just the plume of fire. It's absolutely great. It wasn't a very meta-relevant card, and it only featured a very bit in the anime, but it's still a cool card, and I feel like the secret rare of this boy just shows off the art so much better than the ultra rare from Force of the Breaker. This bad boy can be picked up for between $2 to $3, which is absolutely insane to me because it's just such a beautiful card, and I feel like it deserves more recognition. I know that it's not the standout card of the Volcanic archetype, but it is a really cool card for me, and I hope that you guys can see where I'm coming from here because, I mean, just look at it. This thing is beautiful. Now, in our number 8 slot, we have Elemental Hero Absolute Zero from the GX manga promos. That's right, once upon a time, your manga came with a trading card. This cool card, pun intended, is about $12 on TCG Player right now, and for a card that was pretty meta relevant, pretty meta oppressive for a while, $12 seems pretty affordable. So go ahead, check this guy out. He's got some pretty cool art, a cool effect, a cool name, and I think he'll look cool in your collection. Speaking of meta relevant, we have part of the infamous Demise OTK, Doomdozer from Shadow of Infinity, specifically its ultimate rare print, which really highlights this bug's features, I think. This was a really powerful card back in the day, and a lot of duelists dreaded seeing this bad boy in their opponent's deck. And for now, you can pick this guy up for about $18 to $20, which is really cheap. It's probably the most expensive card on this list, but it is a really cool card, a nice piece of Yu-Gi-Oh history, and definitely worth it to pick up. Now, I couldn't actually resist putting a Light of Destruction card on this list, so I've selected Fog King. This is one of the more beautiful secret rares, in my opinion. The foiling really shows off this guy's art. He was a card featured in the anime in like one duel, I think, and he was never really all that meta relevant, but it's still a really cool card that's got some it's got a good effect. Not a great effect, just kind of a good effect. It's got really good art, and again, I really do like that secret rare. So for $14, having a secret rare of this bad boy, I think is just really great, and I'm glad to have it in my collection, and I hope that you guys will be glad to have it in yours. Now, in 5th place, we have Fifth Hope from Tactical Evolutions, and while you can pick this card up as a super rare for under $1, its ultimate rare is available for under $15, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, there's really only one reason you'd want to pick up this card, and that is the art. This card showcases the original 5 elemental heroes used by Jaden Yuki in the anime, and for fans of that GX nostalgia, this is one of the best ways to showcase those 5 heroes in your binder. So if you're a huge elemental hero fan, go ahead and check this card out. Now, from Gladiator's Assault, we have a very different kind of hero, an evil hero. Evil Hero Inferno Wing, which you can pick up for about $2, which is pretty great because this is kind of a corrupted evil version of Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. It was being used back when Jaden was kind of evil in the anime, and for a corrupted version of Flame Wingman, I don't think it's that bad of a card, and I think the art itself is pretty nice. And if you're a fan of these more dark and sinister heroes, $2 is a very small price to pay to add this beauty to your collection. Now, normally I try to keep these selections to their earliest print or their most iconic print if possible, but for Elemental Hero Burstinatrix, I had to select her Lost Art promotion because for $10, having that uncensored Japanese art for one of the most iconic heroes is pretty good. Elemental Hero Burstinatrix has been featured several times in the anime, and she's one of the fan-favorite elemental heroes, so paying $10 for a Lost Art promo version, featuring, again, that full art, is really good, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy to have her in their binders. In the number 2 slot, we have Armed Dragon Level 7, which was utilized in the anime by Chaz Princeton and was made available in the TCG through Structure Deck Deluxe Edition. This beautiful dragon can be picked up for about $12, and that secret rare foiling really showing off the edgy nature of this dragon makes it worth picking up. There were a few cards that could have made it into this slot, but I feel that Armed Dragon Level 7 just kind of stands out. But for the number 1 slot, there was no competition. Elemental Hero Neos is the standout elemental hero from the GX era. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him, and his 2007 Collector's Tin print in Secret Rare is available for about $10. So if you don't have a Neos in your binder, this is the one that I suggest picking up because it is absolutely beautiful and it is a wonderful piece of Yu-Gi-Oh history. And there's the list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you like these picks, or do you have some GX cards of your own that you think some budget collectors might want to consider picking up? Seriously, do let me know. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and consider liking and subscribing to the channel, sharing it with a friend, and all that jazz. And remember, for every like this video gets, I will be doing a push-up in the next one. So I'll see you guys then. My last video got 45 likes. That's 25. Whew. It's 45.